And thank you, Coach. We are across the Hudson from Midtown Manhattan at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Washington Redskins and the New York Giants. It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Cousins on first down. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Evan Ingram was the intended target, and it's second down.
Well, they're slinging it, and then there's one you got to put a timer on, huh? I mean, that one came in hot.
It came in hot, but overthrown, out of his reach, and incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, second and 10. The first carry for the former Nittany Lion. This is Saquon Barkley. Ryan Kerrigan in on the tackle.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Third play here, this opening drive as they're up against a 3rd and 5. Working out of the gun, Cousins. They will find his man. That's Hogan, complete. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Give him 8 yards on the play, and they pick up the first.
Here we go.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They go play action here on first down. Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Cousins now on second down. Wide open receiver, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a first down. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Here's a give to Barkley, and nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Tackle made by Demarius Randall. Off the corner. Where'd he come from? Well, I guess he came off the corner, but really nice play.
I like when you're able to pose a question and answer it at the same time. That's exactly where he came from, but it's not something that you normally see. Most of the time, we're thinking about those guys covering pass catchers. In this case, he was a big factor in the run game. No gain.
Second down, Cousins. He's going to float this one deep right side. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
On third down, Cousins. Open man right side is Ingram. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
There's a completion to the tight end, and I think that we're looking at something out of central casting, frankly.
Absolutely. I mean, size, the hands.
Speed. I mean, can flat out run. You put that whole package together, you light up the eyes of an offensive coordinator, don't you?
First carry for Darius Geis. And he's got room. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. 25 yards to pick up there, and also a first down.
Sometimes those lines that are drawn on a grease board or in a playbook, they come to life out on the field, don't they? And we just saw down that outside handoff to the right.
That right tackle, he gets excited for that call, doesn't he?
He does, because he just wants to dominate his guy and say, listen, I was the point of attack. I took care of business. That's why you're able to get downfield and add all those yards to your total.
Yeah, really nice gain there. A good pickup there at 22.
Well, from their point of view, this game could not be starting out much better, could it? Force a punt on defense, and now they're moving it crisply on offense.
Crisply, I like that. Yeah, moving it very, very well. Looks like the defense on there. He'll say that you put a score in here, long way to go, but you're right, that's a heck of a start.
Yeah, and I think this is where the play caller is looking at his play sheet and saying, to have that dagger play, to have that play to just finish them off right now, because I think they'd love to gain that big advantage early.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Looking for his tight end read, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Alec Ogletree. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. They're trying to resurrect his confidence. Last week was a disaster. 5 interceptions in that loss, and another pick there.
I played with a quarterback like this before, and he had a tough game, and the head coach said, I'll take him, I'll fix him. The very next game, he started out the exact same way. The head coach turned to the offense coordinator and said, he's yours from now on. Someone has to take responsibility and work with him and try and get him settled.
Give him 8 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down. A handoff to Barkley. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down, keep the sticks moving.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now whistles here and a flag down. I think a Giant jumped early. A false start backs him up 5. 1st and 15. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Forced out to his left. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course.
It's nothing like pressure to affect the accuracy and the timing of a guy trying to throw the football. And on that play, they ended up flushing him to his left, contacted him as he's trying to throw the football, and that led to the incompletion.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. Throwing, Cousins. And he comes back with one complete. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down.
They sure put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
Third and short yardage, Cousins. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. Well, why do you go out and spend a first-round pick on a defensive back? Plays like that. The rookie gets his first interception.
You have to have guys who can limit the other team's number of plays run and possessions. And no better way than an interception. And what a great way to break into the league.
Now the Redskins offense, they get set to go back to work here. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
How about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points.
A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Janoris Jenkins. And he'll take this back all the way up past the 45-yard line. Maybe he telegraphed it a little bit right there. You've got a quarterback knowing that he's going against a rookie quarterback. He stepped in and picked it.
You think he had a great week of preparation, looking forward to this opportunity? And the second part of that is, when you're a young quarterback, you are going to stare down targets, but oftentimes your playbook hasn't expanded to give you full field reads as well. Makes it a little bit tougher for him.
And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Off the play fake, Cousins. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. A really good pickup of 28 yards. The last drive he threw the pick, but he's not shy. He's going downfield again there.
And you can't be, because if you back off after throwing an interception, your whole game plan just goes right out the window, and it makes things easier for a defense. And you and I both know there's a quarterback in this league that's any good that doesn't throw an interception occasionally, and they usually bounce back in a big way. I've seen guys throw 5 and still find a way to win the game in the end.
To Barkley on the check down. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
He'll get only 2 there, and it's second and goal.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
They'll give it to him up the middle. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards on the pickup, and that is going to set up third and goal.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
Under 4 to play now. Clock running, third down. Oh, how about this call down near the goal line? And he is in. Touchdown, New York. as his guys are in for 6. And the Giants are in for 6. Rosas good with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Redskins offense now, they get set to take over here. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week?
And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. And his throw here is incomplete. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Being chased out left. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the 1st down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
The first update now from a game going on in Cleveland. The Patriots, they're out to an early lead. I have a feeling that one's going to stay tight throughout. We'll continue to monitor. And here comes the Giants offense back out onto the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Hey, got three down.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And some room to work. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That good for 22 and a 1st down. Two minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to East Rutherford, but first this timeout. They keep it with Barkley on 1st down. Room here to run. Now he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That burst good for 20 and a 1st down.
Now this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
A 1st down throw for Cousins. They still can't get him. And avoids the contact by sliding. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
They run it for the first time with a backup Murray. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. And now we're going to get a timeout called by the Redskin defense, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
first. Hey, steamer. Black, 82.
From the shotgun, it's Cousins. He dumps it off to Barkley. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. The Redskins looking for another timeout, and they get it. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime. And Rosas puts this one through. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So he splits the uprights and has to be a nice feeling. Right when it left his foot, knew it was good.
Yeah, just like a good three-point shooter in basketball, right? Release the ball, fall back on defense without even looking. You know it's going in the hoop.
The Redskins offense now, they head back onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Well, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. He'll drop to throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. This will be fielded at the 17. A field flipper there, a 47-yard punt coupled with a loss on the return. And it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. New York set to take the field. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
Now Cousins. Now he's flushed out left. Now he'll throw. Oh, wide open, complete. And he finally goes out of bounds across the opposite 40. A big play there just before halftime. 46 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. 1st down. Here's Cousins. And his throw's going to be incomplete. They were trying to get it there to Sterling Shepard. And now it's 2nd down. Well, too much oomph, too much mustard there on that pass.
They really turned it loose, didn't they? Really cut loose with that one. Sharp, strong. Didn't lead to a completion, though. Made it very difficult.
They'll set up the screen to Barkley. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a 1st down. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this 1st half. Cousins now 11 of 16 through the air. It's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Cousins. And it's caught and snapped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll throw again. Cousins. And he finds Shepard. Touchdown, Giants. Sterling Shepard in the final seconds of the 1st half. And the Giants are able to grow their lead. PAT up and good by Rosas. And that makes our score 17-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And here come the Redskins now. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
They start on the ground with Geis. Fighting through, and he's got space. And they work this well upfield across the 45. So we've reached halftime here at MetLife. And we will skip the highlight show this week. Get right back to this Week 3 matchup. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Out comes the Redskin offense now as they get set to begin another possession. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution, or do they think that they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. And that one results in 35 yards. So the big play moves them all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. Jonathan Hankins. Breaking through to get him for a loss of 7. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And the pressure gets to him again.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, 3rd quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. They'll set up a throw. Got a man complete to Cedric Wilson. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. They'll get 19 out of this, but it will still bring up a 4th down.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent game. Now they're in 4th and manageable.
Just a little short, though, with that marker. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now, seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players.
A big seam, and he might go all the way. The 20, 10, touchdown, Giants. In for the score. And the Giants add on to their lead. Such an electric play, so much fun to watch. And you need all 11 guys in sync for that to be successful, don't you?
Without a doubt. That's teamwork, to be able to put it all together. But that play is really probably the most exciting 10 seconds in football.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game, are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. On first down, this is Geis. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Ducks him with a grab over the middle. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. He got 29 yards that time. That opening drive rhythm continues right into play number 3.
Whatever they decided that they wanted to run before the game, it's working pretty well for them right now. Moving the ball downfield at a nice rate. And guess what? I think the chain crew might have to get a little oxygen over there. They have to keep moving downfield with first downs on each play.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. But he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He's to the 10. And he's caught right at the 10-yard line. And he's all the way down to the 6-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to third down. The Redskins on third down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Now back to throw. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Janoris Jenkins. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Wow, between last week and this week, that's now 8 interceptions. 5 a week ago, now 3 here.
Well, he is so lucky that one of the defense coordinators I played for, a man named Ken Donahue, is not there right now. Because he saw that happen during his coaching career, and he grabbed a quarterback in the midst of a streak like this and said, tell you what, son, why don't you throw it to the defensive guys, and let's see if our receivers can intercept it.
Well, he's got to figure something out because the current formula is not working. They'll try and get this run game going. This is Barkley. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
Really strong, effective run there out of a power set or a heavy set. 3 tight ends in the game, and that's tough for a defensive coordinator. They want to spot that lineup coming into the game early so they can get the proper defensive personnel on the field. That's why the coordinator's relying on some of the assistants to tell him what offensive personnel is hitting the field so he can adjust accordingly. They weren't able to stop him on that run.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. And third quarter here, you've got the lead. This is where that strong run game can really benefit you. Stayed in bounds there, kept the clock going.
I like all the points you just made there. And if you throw the football and it's incomplete, now you've stopped the clock and you've helped out the guys on the other side of the ball. So keep it in the hands of those runners. Keep moving it. Keep grinding clock.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Give the tackle there to Josh Norman.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. On play action, Cousins. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. Back now here at MetLife Stadium. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. A first down carry for Barkley. And they'll get him down here at about the 42. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters. No reason to lighten up now. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
On 1st and 10, Cousins. And that's going to be incomplete.
Everything about that play tells you about today's NFL offenses and what they're asking out of running backs. You can't just be a guy who can run the football. You have to be able to catch it as well, and he didn't get that done on that play.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Now Saquon Barkley. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. A solid pickup of 13 sets him up 1st and goal.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
They'll try to run it in with Murray. And only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8. And in this situation with the lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
He'll get it up the middle. And he's going to bowl his way into the end zone for a Giants touchdown. Saquon Barkley, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Giants are able to grow their lead. Rosas good with the extra point, and that'll increase their lead to 28. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. They'll drop the throw. On the catch, it's Crowder. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. So they took a shot on 1st down, but couldn't connect.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Under 4 to go now as they come up on 2nd down. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Off to Geis on the screen. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Hodges. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, You're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Boston Scott, his first carry. And some room to maneuver. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. That good for 19 and a first down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards. They go play action here on first down. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. And now the Giants will stop play as they take a timeout defensively. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. They'll give it to him up the middle. Able to fight through one time. And he fights his way into the end zone for a Redskin touchdown. Darius Geis, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Redskins are able to cut into that deficit. Extra point splits the uprights, and that will shave one more off this lead. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And this is going to be covered up by the Giants. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
It's Barkley on the counter. Fights off the defender. Got some real estate inside the 30. And finally wrestled down at the 8-yard line. A big chunk of yardage there, 37 yards.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line, and I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. They'll try and run forward Barkley. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And it'll be 2nd and goal. Time for a break. We'll come back and wrap up garbage time after this. Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes. They need to reverse the trend. The last 2 plays have gone backwards. Now it's 3rd and goal. And they'll indeed take a knee. Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. And now what the heck is this? A punt formation from the red zone? And Quigley now on to punt as he sends this one away. Well, they got the ball already. They're not going to risk the yardage and running another fourth down. They decline it.
And what was that they taught you in law school, that possession is 9/10 of the law?
I didn't go to law school.
Oh, you didn't? I thought you did. Well, I'm going to give that to you anyway. Possession is 9/10 of the law, and it's 9/10 of this game, too. Having the football counts.
You're so litigious. Now a toss. This is Geis. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Well, that's pretty symptomatic about how things have gone here. That play was just shut down right from the start.
And not going to give him a lot of confidence to help turn things around. Geis with a carry on second down. And he'll take this for a short gain on what will prove to be the final play of this ball game. And, Charles, you know what coaches always tell us. We want to win our home games. That much we know. We want to protect our home turf. They got that done in this one.
Exactly right. When you start a season, everyone's goal: win all of your home games, split your road games, and you're likely going to be in the playoffs. But when you win at home, boy, what a great feeling that is. You don't even mind if people are at your house when you get home after a win like that.
So for the Giants, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they'll get another home date next week as the Packers will come to town. Meanwhile, for Washington, they'll fall to 1-2. And they'll get the extra week to think about this one as they return to action in 2 weeks' time. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.